Think about your favorite artist, influencer, singer, or whoever right now. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? What are the first pictures that pop into your head? That is exactly what their aesthetic is. That is what people associate with it right at the beginning. And that is a key foundation of building a good aesthetic reputation and how that defines you. And now I'm about to show you how you can create your own aesthetic identity in real life, on social media, and in your entire artwork. Hello, my name is Leon. Welcome to another video. On this channel, you find everything about aesthetics, self-improvement, self-care, that type of shit. To use this for your own good, you first of all have to know what artists do and how that shapes your identity as a brand and as an individual. The first and probably most important thing is that aesthetics create associations. So when you hear Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso song and you think about it, each time you see something coffee-based. Back then, I remember last year when this was super trending, there was a coffee video, and under every coffee video there was this song because it fits the video and it has that espresso aesthetic. And then everyone thought of espresso and Sabrina Carpenter each time, which then made her even more popular and made it the song of the year. You see Red Lips, you think, oh my gosh, this looks like it could have been Taylor Swift. And then you think about it, and then you look at her music, and then you listen to it, and all that type of stuff. So it not only is a genius marketing trick, but it influences the entire way that people perceive you and perceive your entire look, and then think of that aesthetic that's actually assigned to you. And aesthetics also add recognition value. When you see something and you don't even see that person's face, but you know that this is their aesthetic, you know right away this is it. And those visuals also create a unique brand identity, and that can also be assigned to you, whether you're an influencer, artist, singer, or just a regular person working a regular job. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, your reputation, whether it's in social circles or online or whatever, is made up of your aesthetic, and that is a crucial part in it. Of course, there are other things that also play into it. It's about what you say, what you do, but in general, your aesthetic is the first impression that people get and is what adds that recognition value and makes people be like, yes, this is him, this is her, that is exactly who I know it is. So if I show you this bag that basically has no logo on it, you can tell immediately where it's from because it's built that status. It's built that status that is based on this aesthetic, on this thing that it tries to give to people. And aesthetics, they evoke emotions. They evoke certain feelings of being beautiful, of luxury and whatever. And when you assign this to your product, to your video, to your art or whatever it is, or even to yourself in general, that is how people are going to perceive you. And that is so important when it comes to creating a brand or just in general building a good reputation amongst your co-workers, amongst your family or wherever you are, because your reputation and your network there are very important. And there's that one saying that goes, your network is your net worth. And this is directly correlated to every single person, including you. Your reputation and the things that you say, they can always change. You can always change your opinions, and people might hate you for something you say. You could say something online and people are gonna fuck you up for it. They're gonna give you a big ass shitstorm. I've had it happen to me multiple times. There's one thing that is part of your reputation that will never change, and that is your aesthetic. It only changes if you allow it to. You cannot really change the way that people perceive the things that you say, but you can change the way that they perceive the way you look, the way that your aesthetic just matches you. Unless you want it to. Aesthetics can always change. Think of Addison Rae. She used to be just some silly TikToker. I'm just a loser. And now she did a whole rebrand, becoming her most authentic self and living that aesthetic, the new aesthetic that she has created for herself while still taking inspiration. And this leads me to my next point. If you want to create a good aesthetic for yourself, whether it's online or for yourself in general, you need to take inspiration and do this in a healthy and not obsessive way. Taking inspiration means getting things that resonate with you on a very deep level, on an aesthetic and romantic level. These things resonate with you. You think, oh yes, this is something that speaks to me. This is something that tries to say the things that my soul just loves so much. And then you take those things. So you could get inspiration from Pinterest, from other artists, from the world itself. But most importantly, your biggest source of inspiration should always be yourself. Because there's a lot of people who base their entire personality and aesthetic off of other people. They think, oh, that looks so amazing, I want to be that person, I want to be them, and then they try to copy other people. We've all been there. We've all might have had friends who copied us, who copied our aesthetics because they wanted to be us. If someone wants to be you, they can never be you, and you should never try to be someone else because everyone else is already taken. You can only be yourself, and it is such a gift to be alive, to be yourself, and to be able to express yourself. So use the beauty of life, meaning aesthetics, for your own advantage and literally just live them out the way that you want them to and be yourself in that. So get inspired, but do not copy, because you are you and other people are other people. That is something I feel like nobody understands nowadays, because so many people are just so insecure within themselves that they try to be someone else and they try to be someone who they in fact are not. find your inner purpose, find who you are, and then base your aesthetic off of that. And that is exactly how to build your own aesthetic, essentially. You look at the things that you love, look at some things that really speak to you, look at some inner principles that you have. We all have morals, we all have certain boundaries, certain things that we just set up for ourselves. We're like, okay, this is me. I say, this is Leon. What I like is me, and what I do is me, and that is part of me. And then I get these things in the world, I search for them, I journal on them, I think about them, and then when I have a feeling like I've done a lot of research, I know what it is, I love those things, I find beauty in them, that is the time when I can put that into my aesthetic and make it part of my brand. I have not yet been on YouTube for many years, but I'm still slowly starting to build my own personal brand, and a big part of that is my aesthetic, and I love aesthetics and anything of that kind. Aesthetics are just such a huge part of our generation, and I love that. You know, it's all about visuals, and we're also entering the age of Aquarius, and a lot of cultural shifts are happening, and the emotions that your aesthetic evokes to other people is what makes them be so attracted to you. Like, if I think about some artists that I really enjoy, it's mostly their aesthetic that makes me just be like, yes, this is so beautiful, this speaks to me, this resonates with me on a deep level, and I want to do something similar because this is part of me. So I don't know, if you like collecting flowers, make that part of your entire personal brand. Show how you do something with flowers all the time, or have them in the background, or talk about how you collect flowers and you always get them. Or if you're someone who's into investing, make that part of your personal brand. Create that aesthetic that is correlated to that. And then whenever someone sees something about an investment, they're like, oh, I should look up what this person has to say about it. I should look at their aesthetic, because that reminds them of you, again, as I've previously mentioned, that makes it part of your entire being. Like, I do that myself. I love luxurious things, I love wellness, I love collecting candles, I love anything that is fancy, that smells nice, that is beautiful, and also spiritually fulfilling. Those are the things that I put into my brand. I speak about them, I show them to people, and I make it be something that people associate with me. Even in school, for example, I love matcha. I talk about matcha all the time, even on TikTok, and then people in school ask me about matcha, and I kind of got known to be the matcha guy. People ask me about matcha, they say, doesn't matcha taste like grass? How do you drink matcha? Or they tell me how to make a good matcha. And that's just so interesting, because I know that is because I post about this on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and I talk about this certain thing, and these people watch that content, they watch how I talk about these things, and then they associate that with me. And there's no need to overcomplicate that. It's really simple. Essentially, anything that you like, anything that you talk about, anything that you show to other people is going to reflect off of you. You don't even have to be an influencer, content creator, celebrity, or a music producer, or whatever. You can just simply be a person who works a job or does whatever they like in life and still has that reputation based on aesthetics. Everybody has an aesthetic. You cannot escape that. And even if it sounds weird, what do you mean? Reputation is all about aesthetics? It's literally not. Of course it's not. But this is still a crucial part. You cannot deny that the way that you look, the way that you act, the way that you show yourself in this world is an important part of the way that people see you. And I know that, of course, you shouldn't care what people think of you, but I do still think that it's very important to make sure that people think of your aesthetic in a certain way, so it then adds to your personal brand and the way that they just like you. So make your life into a beautiful and aesthetic piece of art, and make sure to make it authentic. If this is not authentic, nothing that I just said makes sense. It's all about doing something that is authentic. It's all doing something that matches you and matches who you are on the inside. It should be something that mirrors and reflects your soul and the things that you just love so much. And if that doesn't match, then nobody is going to see your aesthetic as for who you are. And see yourself as being beautiful, and then people will also see you as beautiful. It's essentially all about doing internal work, and then the external will catch up very easily. So a little bit of homework I want to give you after this video is to think about some things that you love, some things that you like as a hobby, or some things that just resonate with you on a very deep level. That could be literally anything, could be even something weird or something that you wouldn't ever think of. And then write it down or think about it, and then make that part of your identity. Talk about it, show it to other people, and do not be afraid of being judged or getting some kind of backlash from other people. Just be your authentic self and use your authentic aesthetic towards your advantage, and you will be way happier, way more successful in life. It's just gonna feel so light and lovely, just like a feather. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, and see you in my next video.